You know, we're just a few days away from Johnny Phere versus Jynkz, and everybody's talking about the stipulation, the loser leaves paid promotions, and particularly the fact that if Phere loses, then I gain control of paid promotions. Once again, Greg The Truth Lambert is back as a wrestling promoter. But what about Jynkz? I mean, nobody's talking about Jynkz. I mean, Phere's not talking about Jynkz. He's obsessed with me. He's talking about me. Jynkz is becoming the forgotten man of this little triumvirate. So I think it's only right that I tell you a little story about Jynkz. And Johnny Phere, I hope you're listening closely. You see, Johnny Phere likes to talk about how hard done by he is, about how he's got his paid principles, passion, ambition, intensity and dedication, about how much pain and suffering and anguish and being overlooked he's been in his life and his career. Well, Johnny Phere, in comparison to Jynkz, you don't know the meaning of the word pain and suffering, because think about Jynx's life and career. Think about how when Jynkz was a kid, he was abused by his mother. Think about how Jynkz had to go on the run with his brother to a foreign country to get away from a life of mistreatment by the woman who gave birth to him. Think about how Jynkz had to sit in a courtroom and watch as his dad was convicted of kidnap when the only crime his father committed was one of love and protection for Jynkz and his brother. And think about how Jynkz had to settle in a new town of Morecambe, and how he found me, and he found the Morecambe Wrestling Training School, and he found the XWA. And in finding all those things, he found solace. He found escapism from the troubled life that he'd endured. And he scratched and clawed his way to the top of the XWA, and he earned the respect and adulation of the Morecambe wrestling fans, and he won 2 championships, the Best of the Northwest title and the British Flyweight Championship, and he carried those belts with pride. And when I closed down the XWA, that hurt Jynkz a lot more than it hurt you, Phere. But what did Jynkz do? He didn't moan and complain like you. He didn't dump his championship belt in a plastic bag on my doorstep like you did the XWA title. Oh no! He continued to carry around the flyweight and the Best of the Northwest title with pride, like the true custodian of the Morecambe wrestling scene that he is, because he cared about protecting my legacy. Johnny Phere, if Jynkz loses that match on Sunday and he has to leave behind paid promotions and that training school and that building, which has meant so much to him, it's going to devastate him a lot more than it will if you lose. So Johnny Phere, you say you're the best in Europe. Well, I say, you better prove it, son, on Sunday. You say that we're all liars. Well, I say, Johnny, that you're lying to yourself if you don't think that you're in the fight of your life this Sunday against Jynkz. Because let me tell you, Johnny, this feud between me and you, it's coming to an end. I fought against you for half my adult life, and it's got to finish, and it's finishing on Sunday. I will not allow you to get away with this one more time. Johnny Phere, the fear that you have inside is your fear for the truth. And the truth is that on Sunday, July the 7th, you are going to suffer a meltdown. You will become the forgotten man because you will be left with absolutely nothing. Because the truth is, Johnny, both Jynkz and myself at Meltdown will do absolutely everything within our power to protect my legacy.